Okay, this is a situation that I really wanted to like touch up on because like I have not really seen like any content creator do it. Now, that being said, like there isn't really much information to go around other than like what we've been given. But like it's just kind of strange to me that like no one has like talked about the situation like at all. Like okay, so recently they have confirmed that aliens exist. Yay! I mean, everyone kind of already thought that like aliens existed, and then like they just weren't giving us proof. But now there's a guy. What I remember his name of being is like, okay, I wanted to make sure his name is David Grush. That's not a joke. He's just like, from what people are calling him, they're calling him a whistleblower, which I mean is kind of true. There's like a lot that like he's giving out, but like it's just really strange to me that the information came out and like he's giving like proof and he's a pretty well known source apparently from what I've heard, and no one cares. Okay, like I just really thought it was strange that like no one has given like a second thought to this. Now, like I said, there are people who have actually made content around this idea, but they're like not going into too much depth because again, there really isn't much to go into. They're not really giving us a lot of information other than the fact that yeah, aliens exist. So what? Now, as of what we're supposed to do with that information now that we know it, I have really no clue. There's not really much that we can do with it. I mean, we can reminisce on the fact that like we all thought that we were right and that aliens exist, but other than that, there's not much. Now, I have only seen like one thing that like kind of tells you anything of it. So, and honestly, I just kind of thought that that was like weird because like the only thing that I read about it that like I got to see like that was like proof of something existing is that yeah, like they have like UFO parts or something. Like, I think it's like scrap from UFOs, or they have like actual landed UFOs. No, I don't want to go over there. But like I also saw that apparently they have like a black sphere in a like clear cube, and no idea what the fuck that's supposed to entail. But apparently it exists. So what are we supposed to do with that information? Again, no fucking clue. But like again, like he's supposed to be a well-known source, and I think that could be kind of valuable in this situation. I don't want to fight you, buddy. Look, I'm not here to fight people. I'm just here to commentate. I just need something for people to watch. Either or. Like, overall, I think that, like, it's a lot of information for us, but, like, there's also not a lot. Like, we can't physically see proof unless, like, you go and, like, see David Grush, because he said that, like, yeah, I'll have, like, private interviews, but I will not be showing it. And that could be because he physically can't. But also, the only idea of what this is that, like, I have is, like, why are they coming out with it now other than any other point when they could have? Because, like, it just doesn't make too much sense to me, if that makes sense. Like, you think for people that, like, were keeping it secret for so long that they would have, like, kept it secret longer. But I guess, like, they just felt like it something stupid to keep a secret of, maybe? I don't know. I'm not them. But I'm just confused on, like, why hide it for so long and then say, yeah, we've met aliens. So what? And that seems like the mentality that everyone has. Like, no one has touched up on like seeing it. Or maybe there are people who have touched up on seeing it. Like, I get that there's probably people who have, but like the internet is not so shooken up by it. Like, everyone kind of just let it go. Like, it's been like I tried to let it like sit for a while because I actually was gonna make a video on this myself, and then other people did like immediately, but like I wanted to let it sit for a bit to see if like any new information would come out. Not a lot did. I didn't accidentally click the F4 button. Shut up. At least I think that's F4. No, that's F6. I'm dumb. Now, reading from the only article that I have like read so far, because I have not gone too deep into it, but I also kind of have. But there's not really much to go into, like I said. But it says that, like, there's misinformation on the internet from like a buzz shit like that, like the UFO sighting and stuff like that. That is like all true. Like, it is said that like yeah, we've seen UFOs, but then it's proven that like it was like stars or shit that was like falling from the sky, which is true, but you know. Which, I mean, technically you could say that that is a UFO, other than the fact that it has, like, at the time it was a UFO. Now, the only thing that I also want to go into is that David Grush, the whistleblower in this case, he has claimed that the Pentagon is going out of their way to go into retrieval of UFO parts, or scrap, I guess. And that, don't know how to feel about that, because there was like also apparently some sort of evidence that like something had like hit the Pentagon, but there's like a place nearby the Pentagon that had like the security cam footage of it stolen from the Pentagon. Now, I'm not saying that it was stolen from the Pentagon, but like apparently they just didn't have recording of it hitting it. So my theory of that is that like they just got rid of it, like the people, like the Pentagon or some shit, got rid of it, because like at the time they weren't giving out that information, but now they are. So my question is, if we, unless that's not the UFO parts, that's just something that like I was curious about for like a while. I don't keep up with the like alien type shit, but it is something that like is pretty weird and like seems like it could correlate with it for a bit, but also not really. Although I didn't really think the Pentagon was a part of that. I thought the Pentagon was just like well, honestly, I knew it was like highly like looked over. I just didn't think it was too like protected with like shit. I don't really know. I'm kind of dumb in this situation right now. Now, in said article, it is also saying that lawmakers, I don't know who the lawmakers are pushing to investigate more into the UFO situation, which is good. I mean, I guess if you want more proof, but there's not really much to prove to it, because like no one cares, like not a single person. Look, I waited to make this video for so long, and now I have yet to actually get any evidence that anything exists, because like they just aren't throwing it out. Like there's nothing that they're really giving other than like, oh yeah, there's like a cube with a black spear in it. That's pretty cool. Oh. Now, from what like I also have like read on this article, is that like they have like the government itself have not really confirmed this yet. Now, this is an article from 6 days ago, mind you. So, this is on June. This video is like August. So I think it was like July last month. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the months. Either or, 6 days ago, this fucking article was published. So I'd like to think that it's pretty new, but like, it's just like, okay, so they haven't confirmed it yet. I guess like that also could be a reason why no one really believes it. It's not actually confirmed by the government, but like it's a guy who has pretty good like. He says he has evidence that he'll show it off like in private like conversations. He'll show it in. But other than that, he can't really show it, and the government isn't really confirming it, but the government has to know that this is happening, right? Unless, like, no one's making stuff up about it because the government isn't meant to know, and in which case I think that's kind of weird. But also, I don't know. There's, like, a lot of theories that could be going along with it, but, I don't really want to drag this on for too long because there isn't really much information to it. I just kind of wanted to talk about it, because I thought it was weird that there's like no information, even though it was like kind of proven that aliens exist. Like they did just come like the guy flat out just said like, yeah, aliens exist. So what? It fell. Either or, there's not much about it. So yeah, I'm gonna jump down here for the end of the video. I want to go down to the tail. Okay, bye now. I'm gonna burn.